Breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis. As we have corrected, we're currently trading just above 57,000. We'll also be discussing crypto veterans call out the Department of Justice for targeting Roger Ver for a decade after he left the U.S. Yeah, that's right. Allegedly $50 million worth of taxes are due, in which he never paid. I'll be breaking this down for you, as well as CZ's 4-month sentence as a general deterrence, according to the lawyer. We'll also be discussing BlackRock's BUIDL becomes the world's largest tokenized treasury fund, as well as here's when the Bitcoin price will tap 500,000 per coin, according to Plan B's stock to flow model. We'll also be discussing the Abra CEO predicts the crypto markets will go to $50 trillion once real world assets become tokenized. We'll be discussing the landscape with a $50 trillion crypto market cap. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this plus so much more in today's show. Now, welcome crypto fam, what it do? Let me know if the stream is loud, clear, and smooth. First and foremost, shout out to everyone in that live chat. Good to see the fam. Dirty, Jennifer, Eldorena, welcome. Relaxing, certainly hoping for a nice 40 G's around July. Right on. We do have a live poll. Let me know when you feel we'll return to new all-time highs, family. Let's go. The current high being 73.8, which we tapped mid-March. And by the way, happy first of the month. So get up. First of the month, fam. Wow. And we closed the month of April at 60 G's. So I got the perfect audio for you guys.
60 G's, baby!
So how did Connor call it so far in advance? 60 G's. Shout out Kuz Dog. Shout out Molly. Good to hear you. Thanks for the feedback. Rumble loud and smooth. Good to know K-Jam. Thank you, family. Donna, welcome. Dan, Dawn, the Palestinian, Greg, ahoy. Welcome, family. Shout out to the mods, of course. Eric Castro, retweet the links. Thanks for the reminder, broski. Let's go. Crypto Midwest, welcome to the stream.
Well.
You know what time it is.
Pump it up.
Shout out Mick Footinator and Hodl Michael. Welcome, family. Welcome, y'all joining the stream. Today we started the stream at 1 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow will be, just FYI, should be 12. And then this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, we'll be back to our normal time of 4 p.m. And then Monday through Thursday, it's going to be an odd time because of my schedule as well. I think we'll probably be doing the lives next week at 5 p.m. versus 4 p.m. Just FYI. So make sure you got notifications turned on. I need $150 to $175,000. Is that too much to ask? Per Bitcoin, right? Where's the Megadon? That's right. Where has been Megadon? With number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 100%. Candle Daddy. Welcome to the stream. Lunchtime with JV. Enjoy that lunch.
Pump it up. Pump it up.
Welcome, Hodl King. You think we could chop and drop for a couple of more weeks? Very possible. Always extreme volatility at around the time of the halvings. Keep in mind, we had an halving like 12 days ago. So yeah, smash the likes. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate it. Here at work again. Shout out Mankey. Thanks for tuning in during your work day. Mera Candle Daddy. Word. Mera.
Look, pump it up if your game went long. When the dip hit,
You just ate like King Kong.
Hey, more than 5 shots in your stack.
Then get it on. Welcome, SD Gator. Let's go. JV, thoughts on safety with iTrust? I have 95% of my biddies in there. Shout out to iTrust. They used to be a sponsor of the show in the years back. I know I've recommended them quite a few times. I don't have any personal relationships with them. They're no longer a sponsor of the show. So with that being said, I don't know. When it comes to trust, here's one thing I do know. They're the largest platform out there for doing what it is that they do. But when it comes to trust, I can't vouch for anybody, just FYI. But at one point in time, I did recommend them. So it is what it is. A shout out to iTrust. They've been good to me. But again, I don't know anyone there. I don't use it. So I can't vouch for anything. The only thing I can vouch for is Bitcoin self-custodied, because self-custodied Bitcoin means there's no middleman, that there's less risks, there's less things that can go south or go wrong. You know what I mean? So we saw what happened with FTX, second largest exchange in the world, bankrupt, everyone lost their money. That's why I say stress caution with everything. Just saying. JV, if I drop my ish in the US up and leave it, where should I go? PR, El Salvador. Well, Bitcoin country is El Salvador. You got to keep it 100. Shout out El Salvador. Crypto Mecca is Puerto Rico. So huge difference. If you're if you're a Bitcoin purist, I highly recommend El Salvador. If you are in the alts and not a Bitcoin purist, I don't recommend El Salvador. I would recommend potentially Crypto Mecca. You know what I mean? I live in PR and love it. My family is here, so I am biased, but it's great. I've lived in Miami before here. Feel safer here from where I lived in Miami. Right on, Joe. How long have you been there, broski? Here in Puerto Rico. A great thing is about this dip, it will shake out the lettuce hands, the port noise, including a lot of lettuce-handed ETF types who are Wall Street folks, not Bitcoin folks. The real ETF will be 401ks in the future, says data. Right on. Capital gains tax and PR, 0 if you qualify. And that means you get your Act 60 decree. You turn Puerto Rico into your primary residence, being on the island at least 183 days out of the year. And yes, you could also get 0% capital gains tax on all investments, not just crypto, but real estate, anything in the investor class. Joe Buddy, where in Miami did you live? Asked relaxing. I wish it was payday since I already put all my cash to the most stock into the biddies already, says Toasty Toast. Welcome to the stream. 15 years. You got me beat, bro. I've been here 6 before I knew what crypto was. Wow. Respect there, Joe. That's what's up. So you genuinely love it here or you wouldn't be here. You know what I mean? So that's what's up. Respect. That's since the inception of Bitcoin 15 years ago. Yo, I'm going to work making an onion rings for A&W. Wow, so you're like the main onion ring man. That's crazy, yo. Respect. Shit out British Columbia. Much love, DNA. The beauty of El Salvador is that you never need to sell to live. Since Bitcoin is legal currency, is buying a burrito a taxable event? Word, says Bitcoin STU. Word up, guys. But anyways, fam, if you're new to the channel, important to smash the subscribe button to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every day, just like this. Also important to pump the like to help pump the stream, as that helps out tremendously with the YouTube algo. Today is pod episode number 1626. I'm your host, JV, and happy first of the month. It's May 1st. 2024, and the market has been correcting. We tapped 56. We're back in the 56 range right now. At the time of the recording, down $3,400 on the day. So let's kick it off with our market watch, as we do each and every day. So as you can see, Bitcoin in the blood red. We're at 57,000 on coin 360. Ether is at less than 2,900. We also have Solana, Cardano, and AVAX all pulling back, while XRP and Tron are in the green, with DOT up 5% on the day. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, the current crypto market cap sits at 2.13 trillion with 99 billion of volume for the past 24 hours, with the Bitcoin dominance at 52.8% and the Ether dominance at 16.5%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past 24 hours, we have AXL up 8%, followed by Wormhole up 8%, followed by Starknet up 6%. Now, which alts family are you guys most bullish on for this bull run? Let me know in the chat. And checking out the crypto bubbles to get a bit visual perspective. We do have some alts pumping out. However, the majority clearly correcting and in the red, as most alts do follow the king. And checking out on the monthly to get more of a broader perspective, virtually everything Rec City. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're finally back in neutral, rated a 54. Yesterday, 67 greed. Last week, 72. And last month, a 79 in extreme greed. And the reason we always watch this particular metric, the higher this number goes, the more likely of a correction. And lo and behold, it was in the 70 range, and now we're in the 50s and just witnessed a correction. So there you go. How many of you are bullish for this month of May? Do you think we'll return to price discovery, which would be above 73,800? Do you think we continue the sideways correction action? Do you feel we correct even lower? I want to know your thoughts, fam. Holla. Answer to the question, technically it would be a taxable event, but is the IRS tracking burrito sales in El Salvador? Probably not. Well, they sure as hell are tracking Roger Ver. It's all going to work out. Ask Roger Ver. Exactly. Tron is up today. Nice. Cheers. Breadline party PR. What's a breadline party? Breadline party. Given how much institutional support now surrounds biddies, I think Bitcoin's dominance will stay high for the years to come. I agree with you there, Molly. Hey, everyone. Shout out Bina. Evivium is based on Solana. Thanks for letting me know. Official Lele. JV, I'm in for today. Welcome. I want JPal to make 0.1% symbolic reduction. Is JPal speaking today? What time is the speech? Is it a rolling 30-day month or a calendar month? Hey, JV, I've been thinking of moving to Puerto Rico, but me encanta Colombia mucho. Yeah, Colombia is next level. I don't blame you. We're going to bounce off 51 Gs, says El Durana. I was thinking May would be bullish, but not that we're having a substantial dip. I think it'll take a month for the reset. So looking for June or July, says Data. 40,000 would be nice. I'd stack hard, says Ismail. That mean you don't stack hard at 50? Bitcoin's up 450% since 2012, and everyone's worried about a correction or crash of 5%, 70%. LOL. Precisely, Valentino. When in doubt, just zoom out. 2:30 Eastern for the Powell speech. Cool. So we'll probably be wrapping up the pod at around that time. Perhaps RV and CZ will share a sell for 4 whole months. Oh my God, it's crashing. It is there, Dan. We're at 56.7 right now. Market's down today due to the J. Powell speaking. In fear, he may sense the GDP growth is low and inflation is high. He is between a rock and a hard place. I'm kind of glad you aren't on it for today, JV. We need all the mods to whack the trolls. Amen to that. Whack a troll and live and in the flesh. I wish I could stack hard right now. I've already spent all of it and leverage more. Show JV some love. Smash the likes. Thank you, Molly. It's not a crash. It is a buying opportunity. BTFD. Buy that friggin' dip. That's right. You already know dankness. But anyways, let's dive into some TA. Considering the carnage here in the crypto streets, headline reads Bitcoin down 20% from all-time highs as Bitcoin price headed to 50 Gs. Let's discuss it. So yeah, Bitcoin fell over 12% on the weekly chart to currently 57,000. We're down 21% compared to the all-time high, which we hit mid-March, according to CoinMarketCap data, as we can see here in the Bitcoin one-day candle chart. The current correction is the deepest retrace of the cycle, according to Rat Capital, who wrote the following. This current retrace is officially the deepest, 23.6%, recently eclipsing the 23% retrace from early 2023. Bitcoin has already eclipsed the deepest retrace in the cycle and is 13 days away from equaling the longest retrace in the cycle as well. The pullback is 48 days long compared to the longest retrace of 63 days during this particular cycle, as outlined here in the 1-week chart. Now, similar corrections have occurred during previous Bitcoin rallies. For example, the 2018 bull run, Bitcoin saw 5 corrections of over 30% and an additional 29% correction, according to Bitcoin trader Sistalora's April 30th post, as outlined right here. You can see all the major corrections, 38, 38, 33, 38, 36, and 29%. Now for the $1 million question, can Bitcoin dip to 50 Gs in the short term? Well, Bitcoin lost a significant support level of the 59 mark, which also acted as a short-term hodler realized price, or the average inflow price of the spot Bitcoin ETFs. So losing the 59,000 mark can lead to Bitcoin revisiting 50,000 again, according to this trader, Jag Kuhner, head of derivatives at Bitfinex. Here's what he shared. While price predictions are not appropriate, based on these, the short-term hodler RP is a crucial support level for Bitcoin to hold, and on losing it, or the average ETF buyer cost basis, there is a high likelihood that there is a cascade down to the low 50,000s. Now, over 750 million worth of cumulative leveraged long positions would be liquidated across all the exchanges if Bitcoin did fall below 60,000, in which we already did. So yeah, with Bitcoin falling below 60,000 marks days after the debut of the first Bitcoin ETF in Hong Kong, which officially went live. What was that? Yesterday, actually, on the 30th, which amassed 12.4 million in daily trading volume on a first day. The debut of the Hong Kong ETFs general lower than expected trading volumes due to the difficult macroeconomic conditions, according to James Wu, founder and CEO of DFG. Quoting him here, these ETFs were launched in different market conditions. US ETFs were launched earlier this year when the market was pricing in around 6 rate cuts in 2024. So given the sticky inflation data, markets are now pricing in only 1 rate cut, which saw crypto prices tumbling recently. So there you go, yo. Do you think we correct down to the 50,000 level, which we're roughly 6,000 away from? Let me know. And if you're just joining the stream, there's a live poll in the chat. Let me know when new all-time highs, which would mean 73.8 and above. Do you think May, June, July, August? Holla, holla, holla. Appreciate it. I want my star back. Well, you got to become a member again there, DNA. You got this. 100K before the end of the year. Peeps, that's my prediction, 250,000 or more for the new all-time high. Send a dankness. 47-degree inflation, pretty much. Whack-a-troll patrol. I dig that. Whack-a-pole patrol. Hong Kong Bitcoin ETFs, 9 million. BFD. Great day to sell the fiat shiat. That's right, Knox Bill, you already know. Shout out to Knox Bill. Coos Dog says if it moves to 50 G's, it would be great for us in the know. The HODL Gang. HODL Gang. HODL Gang. Shout out to the HODL Gang. Where you at?
Had the people on my back to get a song. Where's broke, have a talk, we smoked them like a bomb. Oh yeah, we heard Kramer report that.
Thank you, Kramer. We inverse that mofo, don't we? Yes, sir. Bitcoin's God's money. Selling Bitcoin is selling out God. Don't do that. That's deep, Peter. Welcome, fam. Shout out Russia. See you on the moon, brother. Shout out all my moon broskies. Jameson, welcome, family. Unfortunately, New York is where I live. That does suck, Serge. A lot of very unlawful regulations, especially financially, there in the financial capital of America we call New York. No hiccups today. You're damn right. Don't remind the hiccup gods, please, please. I think we'll possibly see the high 40s, but not below that. Almost for sure we'll see the low 50s, even if it's a short spike. It's just wash out the leverage. Fortunately, my levels are lower. Cheers. New all-time high. Send it. 2025. Alex, come on now. Hey, JV, watching from Cornwall, England. Shout out Fairgrounds. Good to see you, broski. You an H-bar holder, brother? Me? No. Is anyone else? Let us know. Jameson. Yo, JV stack this morning. UK time. The planting. Good food out in my growing site. Healthy and wealthy. Love it, Matt. Cheers to that. I remember Kramer recommending a Signature Bank literally days before they closed their doors. Yet I'm not surprised. That's Kramer for you, to mislead you into the poorhouse so you can eat the bugs and be happy doing so with 0 fiat to your name and 0 Bitcoin to your name. 70,000 tonight, FOMO, send it, Valentino. We may have to do a pump watch. If we can reclaim 70, I'm on it. I love growing up in New York, but definitely never moving back. I don't blame Yaku's dog, and I can relate. I was also born in New York. What is Reverse Kramer saying? Who cares? I will take, he's probably saying Bitcoin to 0 alongside Peter Schiff. I will take 0.1 sats for 4,800, sir. JV roll Vanguard Roth into the Swan Roth. Don't own the keys, but only way I can get 2 coins. Did I screw up? Ask Nikki G. Man, I don't know what you did. Be honest. Yeah, I don't know. 50 tomorrow. We'll see. Just call me Diamond Hands, Diamond Hands, Diamond Hands, Diamond Hands. How about Diamond Balls? Hey, like those apples. Where my diamond balls at? You know what I mean? Bought more ETH today. I can cut glass with my hands, brothers and sisters. Pack, pack, pack it up. My bong is lonely. Mr. Lonely. Who sold? Why is Bitcoin down? Could it be Jay Powell? What's a cooking in the markets right now? Well, stay tuned, family. We still got a lot of news to cover. Speaking of news, Let's dive into our next story of the day. Breaking news, Roger Ver was arrested. That's right. Now, crypto veterans call out the DOJ for targeting Roger Ver a decade after he left the United States. Here's the latest. The arrest of early Bitcoin investor and Bitcoin Cash proponent Roger Ver on tax evasion charges in the U.S. has invoked strong reactions from the community. Many within crypto criticized the arrest, with some justifying it is over Ver's adoption of the anti-Bitcoin stance in the latter part of his career. For example, Dan Held, long-term Bitcoin proponent, was amongst the few who lauded Ver's arrest, saying he has been a net negative for Bitcoin. Quoting him here, breaking, Roger Ver charged with mail fraud, tax evasion, and filing false tax returns, wanted for extradition to the U.S. Department of Justice. That would be the DOJ. Good. He has been a net negative for Bitcoin, says Dan. Now, crypto-centered X-account predators suspected Ver's arrest is related to his name popping up in several investigations, such as those involving Binance, Genesis, and Three Arrows Capital. Numerous crypto vets denounced the U.S. DOJ for pursuing tax evasion charges against Ver in the U.S., despite his renouncing his citizenship back in 2014. That's right. Ver, who has been a Japanese citizen since 2014, was arrested in Spain on April 30th based on criminal charges in the U.S., which include mail fraud, tax evasion, and filing false tax returns. The DOJ notices alleges Ver evaded taxes worth $48 million on his Bitcoin and crypto sales back in 2017. Ver now faces extradition to the U.S. Ver's arrest prompted several crypto veterans to call out U.S. law enforcement agencies for their misuse of power. Social media crypto users quickly pointed out that Ver renounced his U.S. citizenship in 2014, and the tax evasion charges were for selling assets in 2017. Interesting, right? Now, Paul Stork, founder and CEO of Layer 2 Labs, tweeted that Ver did everything according to law when he first legally left the U.S. for Japan. He said Ver paid his taxes in Japan, also paid his taxes in the U.S., and despite 9 years of legally paying his taxes, was arrested in Spain a decade later. He noted the situation is not exactly government via the consent of the governed. And this is the tweet he shared right here. Then we have Kim.com, the crypto vet, who also has been on the receiving end of the government enforcement, said the indictment against Ver has nothing to do with tax evasion, but rather a witch hunt against a man who turned his back on the United States wars and malicious foreign and domestic policy, ultimately saying it was a matrix attack. He added, Roger is a supporter of Julian Assange and press freedom, not just with words, but with actions. Now, we also have Jane Addams, a 2024 candidate for the U.S. House of Reps and a Bitcoin proponent, said that Ver's arrest is a blatant attack on dissent. She added the U.S. government's pursuit against Ver is fueled by vindictiveness as he advocates for press freedom and is against U.S. imperialism. A few others speculated Ver's arrest to be a part of a larger crypto targeting by the U.S. government. For example, David Shares, a Bitcoin proponent, said U.S. is aggressively coming after crypto. So maybe just making examples. You know, CZ just got sentenced with 4 months as well after paying a $4+ billion fine, which is going to be our next story of the day. But before we dive into that, let me know your stance. Do you stand with Roger Ver or do you stand with the DOJ? Let me know. I feel kind of bad for Ver's, though. I mean, he did divest from the U.S. and they are still charging him for tax. That is crazy. It's almost like you cannot escape tax liabilities in the U.S., even with denouncing your citizenship. They can come after you 10 years later, launch a matrix attack. That's how it appears. What are your thoughts? I hit the like, and now I am hitting that bong. Living your best life, Joe. I love it. Asia's setting in the sideline for the tons of cash to buy for the dip tonight. Plus, we're not even in the ETF flows yet. Tell them. Ver for president. It's a shame because I'm trying to get my last trade for the price from November 2021. Then I can start to trade. Good luck on that. The point of that is it sucks, but you need to pay your taxes on capital gains. I pay mine every year. Move to Puerto Rico like JV. If you don't want to pay the capital gains legally, it is life. Well, that's the argument, and I'm sure Ver will be fighting this with his lawyers. I've heard accusations that Ver is a multi-billionaire. So if it's a $48 million fine or whatever on back taxes, I don't think it would cripple him at the end of the day if he is truly worth billions, as some say he is, as he has had his hands in a lot of things in crypto, as you know. But it's a bigger question. Is this lawful? right? I guess that's the argument. That's the argument. They want 50 million from Roger. They sure do. The point is, it is what it is. So it's a good thing, understanding, frustrating for me, still holding though. He'll make a settlement that the government doesn't deserve to stay out of jail, more than likely. That's my understanding as well. There'll probably be some sort of settlement in which he just doesn't maybe admit guilt, but pays them off for the shakedown, because that's what it appears to be. It appears to be a shakedown. Now, some say it's a curse of those going against Bitcoin. According to Max Kaiser, he says it's called the Satoshi curse. So Roger Ver, everyone who forked the network, Craig Wright, fake Toshi, they all get what's coming to them. And do you agree? Let me know. I have a friend that has never filed a tax return in the last 30 years, and the IRS never does anything. Probably because your friend is considered poor, meaning your friend saves fiat currency. So the issue is, when you become wealthy or a big influencer, right? That's when they target you. I don't think they can care less about someone who didn't file taxes in 30 years if they're poor. You know what I mean? There's a name for them, says JBZ. Then doesn't matter for the all-time high. Yeah, exactly, when it's going up forever, Laura. Crypto veterans call out the Department of Justice for targeting Roger Ver. Yep, they're extortionists. The Department of Justice just collected over $4.2 billion from CZ. Still sentence him to jail. Do you know CZ will be the richest man to ever go to prison? Yeah, this is true. We're about to discuss that here in a minute. They're trying to get their fiat any way they can. They can steal from everyone when they can. The government sucks. There is no second best. Thanks for the reminder, Serge. 50 trillion Bitcoin. Maybe in 100 years, everything goes perfect. Well, FYI, we're not talking about 50 trillion price. We're talking about a market cap, right? Today, the market cap of Bitcoin is probably 1.2 billion. So yeah, 50x, baby. Very doable. Crypto surge, moved down to Miami like everyone else. Says relaxing. Word up. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this. Data says I like Max, but he gets a bit carried away with the animus towards other coins or people that don't agree with him 100%. I do agree with him, but I am more balanced. Thank you for sharing. I just want 85 G's. Send it. Hit that bong a little harder and send it to 85. Can you do that for me, Joe? You don't even hit the IRS tax evasion radar unless it's much greater than $5,000. Well, I'm just saying, if you're worth billions, they're going to make a target out of you. Look what they did to Tate, right? If you go against the matrix and you are a billionaire and have a lot of influence, they're coming for you. It's called the Matrix attack. The government is the biggest mobster / gang. That's right. That's why they had to shut down the Italian mafia. That's why they had to shut down the Irish mafia. There's only one mafia they allow in which they don't make movies about, and I can't even mention the name of that mafia on the tube for obvious reasons. We can mention that, though, on the Rumble on the after party. I'd like to know what your opinion is on holding cryptos in stake. Don't recommend it. Stake is the largest online crypto casino in the world. Leaving your money in an online casino is asking for trouble. Either you're going to do the degenerate move and gamble it and lose it all, which is inevitable, or something can happen to your wallet. It can get hacked. It can get stolen. What can go wrong? Crypto casino, yo. Every influencer promotes it. It must. BitBoy has a tattoo of stake on his arm. It must be the best place to store your... No, it's not. Don't put any crypto on stake unless you don't expect to get it back. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that because most gamblers never get the money back they put in. You just keep putting in. You got to parlay. Oh, it don't go your way. You put in more. You put in more. Now you're gambling to try to win your losses, and that's when you're gone. Trying to recoup the losses, that's never a winning strategy. We're bouncing here from ladies and gents. Bounce, bounce. Come on, bounce. The government uses mafia tactics. Definitely. Can't wait for the Rumble party. My last 3 comments have been deleted. Damn, sorry to hear that, Don. Censorship is real. We'll leave it at that. Shout out JBZ. Anyways, let's discuss CZ, shall we? CZ, Man, are we living in a simulation? He's been speaking about 4, taking pictures with 4, tweeting about 4. The dude gets 4-month sentence on. This is crazy. Oh, man. Anyways, Binance former CEO CZ, 4-month prison sentence for money laundering appears to be an act of general deterrence, with the judge sending a clear message of compliance to the crypto industry, according to the lawyer, Aaron Lane, quoting him here. General deterrence appears to be the main rationale behind the term of imprisonment, he shared. The judge has sent a message, not to CZ individually, but to the entire industry, that anti-money laundering compliance must be taken seriously. Tell that to Jamie Dimon. Lane says the U.S. was justified in bringing the charges against CZ, who was sentenced on April 30th for failing to maintain an effective anti-money laundering program. While the charges were serious, they were of a regulatory nature and weren't directly comparable to the FTX co-founder Bankman-Fried's fraud conviction, which landed him 25 years in prison. CZ's 4-month sentence, however, was lower than the 18-month sentencing guideline for his crime and much less than U.S. prosecutors' 3-year jail requests, which Lane said the judge was critical of for being too harsh. Lane explained that even with a plea deal, CZ agreed not to appeal any sentence under 18 months. Judges have broad discretion to arrive at a just sentence. Quoting them again, CZ pleaded guilty, accepted responsibility, and had already paid a high price in resigning as CEO and accepting a $50 million fine. That's on top of the $4.2 billion fine from the DOJ, just FYI. Now, David Chung, founding director of law firm Creo Legal, told Cointelegraph that putting CZ in jail sends a clear signal to the industry that the wild, wild west days of crypto are over. But Chung noted that CZ only pleaded guilty to charges of noncompliance with anti-money laundering regulations, not laundering money or any other crime, quoting them here. A prison sentence may be going too far, and a substantial fine and CZ's resignation may be more appropriate, which is what Binance has already agreed to. Now, CZ actually made an official statement with a tweet we'll get to here shortly for his sentence hearing and thanked his supporters, saying he'll serve his time in jail and stressed the importance of complying with existing laws. Quoting him here, I'm going to read you the whole tweet. I would like to thank everyone for your care and support. Be it writing letters, showing support on X or any other form, they all mean a lot to me and keep me strong. I will do my time, conclude this phase, and focus on the next chapter of my life, which is education. I will remain a passive investor and holder in crypto. Our industry has entered a new phase. Compliance is super important. A silver lining of the whole process is that Binance has been under the microscope and funds are SAFU, protect the users. So there's his final words, family. Now, how I translate all of this, basically, CZ has a 4-month sentence. Maybe he serves a few weeks in prison, in my opinion. He does a lot of push-ups. He comes out looking even buffer, and he is still one of the richest people on the planet. Some speculate his net worth anywhere from $30 to $60 billion. So what's a few weeks in jail? Bigger picture. You know what I mean? Not the end of the world. But yeah, he didn't steal from anybody. He didn't do what Bankman-Fried did. He didn't steal all the investors' money and then gamble it. He just got caught up with a very unclear regulatory body and I guess deciphered the regulations in his own accord, backfired. But again, slap on the wrist at the end of the day. Could have been a lot worse. Imagine they gave him a 25-year sentence, which he didn't deserve, right? So it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your feedbacks. 4 months to hodl. That's right. Bitcoin is only going to be, his net worth is only going to double in the next 4 months. So heck, so be it. Now, do you think he'll be in a special prison? Because obviously, if he's in a regular prison and they know he's worth, hypothetically speaking, $50 billion, they're going to extort him and do some bad stuff to him. So I think he'll probably be in a special type of prison facility, maybe with other wealthy people. Who knows? I don't know how this stuff works, but I'm just thinking out loud. And yeah, hopefully nothing bad happens to him when he serves his few weeks in prison. Let's soon see, yo. You know what I mean? Do you think there'll be roaches in his prison cell like the Tates? I don't know. Do you think he'll be sharing the same bunker or whatever, bunk bed as Bankman-Fried? Imagine in the same cell? What? That'd make for a hell of a picture. He's going to have a special cellie probably. Free Ross. Amen to that. CZ is a crypto hero, says Molly. Don't keep him where they can EPS and he'll be okay. That's right. Now, if they say he hung himself, there's some shady business. If he Epstein himself. I am thinking now of relocating to Puerto Rico as I flip houses and also any crypto profits with no capital gains. Is that accurate? Correct. So here's how it works. You relocate here. You start flipping houses. You start investing in crypto. And then, in the future, zero capital gains. One thing it does not protect you from, if you made crypto investments, let's say 5 years ago, and then you're like, I'm just going to move to Puerto Rico to avoid capital gains. Don't work that way. It works after you move here, those investments, just FYI. I think it may backtrack for the year that you get your decree. So hypothetically speaking, and you got to check with an expert on this, but let's say you get your Puerto Rico decree for Act 60 at the end of May, right? Or let's say December. It may backtrack till January from your investments, but it's not going to backtrack years prior to when you got your decree. Just FYI. Not financial advice. You have to live in Puerto Rico for like a year or more. I forget the amount. It's not instant. You have to establish, and then it kicks in, says Data. Set CZ free. Let him be free. We can pay pay-per-view for the, imagine that, CZ versus SBF fight. I definitely have all my money on CZ. I do not see Bankman-Fried winning a fight even against a girl. I'd bet on Caroline Ellison over Bankman-Fried. Now, speaking of Caroline Ellison, did she get sentenced? Didn't they supposed to have sentencing trial? What happened? It's kind of went under the radar. I would like to know what's going on. Hashtag Pet Rock, HODL Gang, HODL Gang, HODL Gang. There'll be a country club in jail where Martha Stewart went to. That's what I would envision. Or like, remember when Paulie and them in Goodfellas went to jail and they're still like slicing the garlic very thin and they not interrupting their pasta whatsoever? I could see that for CZ. Hit the likes, please, please, please. Save the whales. Oh, wait, don't save them. Oddly, Bernie got life for literally 1/10 of the same crime of FTX. Oh, which Bernie are we referring to there? Bernie. Crazy, yo. Caroline, exactly. Exactly, Trini. And God bless myself. Madoff. Oh, Bernie Madoff. Yes. Bankman-Fried is mini Madoff. Only mini Madoff made off with more than senior Madoff. You can't make off with this stuff that he made off with, of course. Madoff. Maybe like Bankman-Fried. Bankman-Fried is the Diddy of crypto. Bankman-Fried is the Diddy of crypto. What was really going on at those FTX parties is my question I want to know, right? Was it a blackmail ring for all we know? Truth looked into it. Capital gains tax-free only after becoming a resident of Puerto Rico on investing from then on. Precisely. Difference is Madoff is never getting pardoned. He should have made political donations. So is Bernie then still in prison? Rhymes with Adolf. Yeah, man, don't drop the soap on a rope. Get your protection, do what it do. Anyways, next story of the day. Here's the latest with BlackRock. BlackRock's BUIDL becomes the world's largest tokenized treasury fund. That's right. The BlackRock USD Institutional Digital Liquidity Fund is now the largest treasury fund tokenized on the blockchain after it surpassed Franklin Templeton's product this week. BlackRock's 6-week-old product, tickered BUIDL, has notched the market cap of $375 million, surpassing the 12-month-old Franklin on-chain U.S. government money fund, which sits at $368 million, according to Dune Analytics. It comes as BUIDL took in $70 million in the last week, including $50 million from real-world asset tokenization firm Ondo Finance. Meanwhile, Benji's assets under management shrunk around 3.7%. Over the same time frame as outlined here by Tom Wan. BlackRock's BUIDL has surpassed Franklin Templeton in assets under management, becoming the largest on-chain money market fund. So yeah, more than $1.2 billion worth of U.S. treasuries now exist across Ethereum, Polygon, Solana, and the other blockchains. Blockchain-based tokenization of real-world assets has become a hot topic lately, with BlackRock CEO Larry Fink recently voicing that capital markets could be made more efficient by moving on-chain. Treasuries are only one piece of the pie. Stocks, real estate, and many other assets can also be tokenized. However, investor demand for these tokenized products is low at the moment, according to 21.co research strategist Tom Wan, citing thin liquidity as one of the primary reasons. This creates a chicken and the egg problem, as issuers are struggling to see a clear benefit in tokenizing assets on chain with low demand, which leads me to the million-dollar question: which came first, the chicken or the egg? Let me know in the live chat. The good news is that demand for U.S. Treasuries already exists from industry players in the $140 billion stablecoin market. Good Lord. Therefore, it'll be easier to find end investors to switch over when demand picks up. Tokenized government securities currently account for 1.4% of the total assets tokenized on chain, up from 0.1% at the start of 2023. However, Juan predicts this market dominance will increase to 10% in the future. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that. And as Boston Consulting Group estimates, blockchain-based tokenization will become a $16 trillion market by 2030 as they continue to tokenize the world. So there you go, fam. Let me know your feedback on some of that. Build an ish coin at your local Build-A-Bear outlet. Yeah, maybe what's his name? Peter Schiff will be tokenizing his gold in the vault, which he allegedly doesn't even own because he's fully invested in these foreign gold stocks. The chicken, there had to be something to lay the egg. But how can there just be a chicken appear without being birthed from an egg? That's the conundrum there, Jennifer. I'm okay with the God candle. I will pray for one. Please pray for me. God candle, incoming. Send it. Let's go.
He said, we bought more bags till we got a sword back. Can't short your dork, we can't afford that. Wait for the pump to come, we should have bought that.
It's called creation. There you go. God came first. God did come first. The tax man came first. Someone had to tax the eggs. Got jokes over here. Let's go. I bought the dip, another 0.04. Congratulations, Mark, on buying that dip. Well done. Who created God? Dun, dun, dun. Let's all pray together. All denominational channel prayer for the God candle. Let's toast to the egg tax. Oh, please don't create an egg tax. JV, my client's desk was next to Bankman-Fried in the Bahamas. He couldn't stand him and said he was a 30-year-old jerk with no emotion, feelings, or empathy. He quit 3 months before the ish hit the fan. Wow. I'm not surprised, Susie. That describes Bankman-Fried exactly as I imagined him. Thank you for sharing. And good thing your homie quit, you know what I mean, and saw the writing on the wall. Founding fathers would be throwing hands all over these taxes. I know. Imagine 46% capital gains, guys. They'd be like, what the did you just say? The tax man created God so he can tax everyone with no problem, says Dream Tanks. Egg first because it evolved from something else. FJB, says Trini. Hashtag FJB. Amen. Yes, Dream Tanks. There would be another revolution. Hey, the revolution is here. I think crypto is the revolution. Hashtag FJB. I heard Kiyosaki say he has been buying one whole Bitcoin from the 15,000 2022 all the way up to 70,000 high, and that he has 60 Bitcoin. Talk about some kahunas for telling how many with the world. Yeah, I guess that's if you believe him. Don't get me wrong. He's a very trustworthy guy. I believe 90% of everything he says. But you also got to think sometimes people say stuff for their own protection. So, you know what I mean? All I'm saying is I don't know how many Bitcoin he has, but I did hear him say he had 66 Bitcoin. But at the same time, I would not be surprised if he had 600 plus Bitcoin. And I'll let that sink in. Founding fathers would be called sovereign citizens and harassed by the police. The chicken evolved from something else, a prehistoric chicken. Dinosaur eggs on the menu. Do you guys believe in dinosaurs? That's my question for you guys. CMO Armageddon rate hike. Less rate can go. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because the road had betrayed the chicken many years ago. That's deep. Many Bitcoin. Braggish. Yeah, I'm getting the book of the sovereign citizen. Supposedly it described Bitcoin before it even existed. Founding fathers would have been arrested soon after they turned 18. 18. Yeah, yo. The standover is over. Standoff. The dog made it past the cat. And now in the house with the bone. Oh, boy. I had a pet Tyrannosaurus. I gave him back. He could not read stuff in my upper cupboard. Reach. Oh, dang it. I agree, JV, says Molly. Why didn't the chicken cross the road? Because KFC was on the other side. Anyways, fam, let's discuss the latest from Stock to Flow model creator Plan B and his model, and then we'll dive into this 50 trillion market cap prediction, followed by some live Q&A. Yeah, here we go. Bitcoin had a rough start in May thus far, as its upward trajectory appears to have reached its peak after the bullish quarter. However, the silver lining, Plan B predicts the average price of the world's largest crypto can reach 500,000 per Bitcoin from 2024 to 2028, according to the Stock to Flow. In his latest analysis, Plan B stated the Bitcoin's performance in April revealed a closing price of $60,632, marking the end of the previous halving cycle. This closing price essentially indicates the completion of a cycle. That's right. Despite falling slightly below the Stock to Flow model's prediction of 55 Gs, the average price over the 2020-2024 halving cycle stands at 34,000. His analysis of May signals the start of the new countdown to the next halving. Quoting him here from X, Bitcoin's April closing price, 60,600. This was the last blue dot, month 0, as you can see in the chart. Average price 2020-2024 halving cycle, 34,000, slightly below Stock to Flow 2019, 55,000 prediction. May will be the first red dot, the start of the new countdown to the next halving. Stock to Flow 2024-2028 with a prediction of $500,000 per coin. Send 15 red dots, please. Let's go. Now, the analysis on the Stock to Flow model predicts 500,000 for the 2024-2028 period. However, Bitcoin's recent price action tells a different story as it hit multi-month lows today, May 1st, dropping to 56,500, the lowest since February. Now, with Bitcoin recording its worst month since November 2022, Bitcoin struggled to recover, currently sitting at 56,500 after a 7% drop over the past day. These recent losses extend to nearly 20% for the month. Now let's discuss a warning before the fall. Bitcoin's latest plunge was already predicted by QCP Capital, which stated that the market was gearing up for volatile trading session, citing several of the key indicators. The launch of the Hong Kong spot Bitcoin and Ether ETFs for one, with volumes far below expectations at 8.5 million for Bitcoin and 2.5 million for Ether, signaled a disappointing start. Also, the crypto hedge fund noted that this could suggest institutional interest in crypto may be more concentrated in the United States, while Asian interest leans towards private wealth and local dominance. Additionally, the Amazon earnings with the sentencing of CZ due that evening, the stage was set for heightened volatility, and as we know, CZ just got sentenced to 4 months in prison, and even Roger Ver just got picked up on $48 million owed in taxes for tax evasion. Quoting the hedge fund here, the market is trading heavy on the back of this, with Bitcoin touching 61,000 and ETH close to 3 Gs. With Amazon earnings and CZ sentencing coming out this evening, we might be looking at a volatile session into the New York hours. So there you have it. Let me know your thoughts on this 500,000 price prediction as the silver lining between 2024 2028, being we're already post Bitcoin halving 2024, which we had roughly 12 days ago. Holla at your boy. Let me know before we dive into our feature story of the day, and make some motherfucking noise while you're at it. Plan B prognosis always makes me calm and at peace. Calm and at peace. 500 Gs on these streets. Let's go. Anyone with ATA skills at all would have seen the current sell-off come in. Bitcoin weekly, RSI, and the MACD way oversold and showing bearish divergence, says Greg. Shout out to Munchie Clips. Anyone else got the munchies? Regulators. Mono. Yes, McLovin, what it do, broski? Welcome, 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 holla, holla. All biddy hodlers just need to stay strong. The gangsters are just trying to shake us from our biddies. Don't give it to them. Preach, Coos Dog. Facts. Yes. Are as believable as us landing on the moon. Nas, I love it. Welcome, Trini. Corrections keep the market strong. That is the way the markets work. Tell them, Jennifer. When in doubt, zoom out. Plan B has it nailed. Don't be weak. Tell them, Matt. Smash the likes, fam. Much love. Much appreciated. We appreciate, respect all the likes. And those who subscribe to the channel get an on-screen shout out by yours truly. You know what I mean? Take advantage of it. I remember watching the moon landing at 9 years old. You mean the Hollywood studio landing of the moon? Keep the 60,000 handy and it'll be back soon. Tell him, Mark. Shout out Nikolai Kalev. I greatly appreciate you subscribing to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Let's freaking go. Smash the like, subscribe. It's free. Nothing in the world is free except crypto news alerts with JV. Ha ha. You guys are awesome, by the way. I greatly appreciate you. I like seeing the big dip. Stacked some more sats for the morning. We now have 260 votes. Let me know when new all-time high this month of May, June, July, August. Making noise, ninja. Shout out Dirty. I'm the man for the big VAA.
Yeah.
They really thought that.
Again.
You could call me
3AC
because I'm blowing it up. After the FOMC, we'll be to the moon. Well, come on, J-Pow. Where you at, big dog? Do what it do already. Anyways, fam. Now for our feature story of the day. Let's discuss a crypto market cap of $50 trillion. And where would that likely take the Bitcoin price action? Let's break this down. The headline reads, the Abra CEO predicts crypto markets go to 50 trillion market cap once real-world assets become tokenized. And we're already talking about the tokenization of the world via BlackRock. So let's break this down. The Abra co-founder and CEO Bill Barhydt is predicting a 50 trillion digital asset market cap within a decade due to one main catalyst. In the interview with Pompliano, the head of the crypto wealth management platform says that the tokenization of real-world assets has the potential to send the crypto market cap soaring by more than 1,900% of the current value. Quoting him here, I do think you're going to see real-world assets become tokenized, especially starting outside the United States. You're going to have all of these investment services that basically make them all fungible, meaning I can hold real estate, I can hold stocks, I can hold bonds, I can hold native crypto, and they are all fungible because they are all tokens I can trade across each other or borrow against. I can pool real estate, Bitcoin, and stocks and take one loan because it's a separately managed account and it has a value. So how is it going to break down in terms of native crypto holdings versus stocks and real estate? I don't know. I think we're just in the still very, very beginning of the global investment community getting exposure to the native crypto stuff, Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, etc. And so what is it now? 2.5 trillion. I think that's going to go to 50 trillion over the next 10 years, if not sooner. And that is going to change everything because now you're going to have these credit markets that just weren't possible before. Barhydt believes that the growth will revolutionize the credit markets, enabling access to credit for individuals in developing countries like the Philippines and India. Let me know if you agree or disagree with his prediction that the crypto market cap will likely see 50 trillion incoming. And as I pointed out earlier, I mean, the BlackRock headline here, BlackRock's BUIDL becomes the world's largest tokenized treasury fund. In the future, virtually everything may be tokenized. The tokenization of all assets, real estate, total addressable market, 300 trillion, gold, 15 trillion, right? Market cap. And what's going to happen when Bitcoin overtakes the market cap of that, of gold and precious metals in general? Game on. Let's go. The Bitcoin market cap is very modest, 1.2 trillion right now. Total collective crypto market is roughly 2.5 trillion. So what happens when we 25x from here in market cap? Well, the price 25x. I can see it. I believe in my personal lifetime, I'm 41 years old, just FYI, 41 years young. I believe Bitcoin will do another 100x in my lifetime. And it has the potential to do another 1000x in my lifetime. So some of you are looking at the Bitcoin price right now like, yo, why couldn't I got in when it was 5,000? Well, that's what every investor will say. including Peter Schiff. He even admits it now. He wished he got into Bitcoin a long time ago. That's everyone in the world who missed the boat. But here's the thing. You may have missed the boat, but you have an opportunity to hop on the life raft, right? And get some biddies for your own protection. Bitcoin serving as a hedge against corrupt governments. Who needs that? Who needs a hedge against corrupt governments in a time where virtually every single government minus Nayib Bukele of El Salvador is corrupt? You guys see the video where he gets all the heads of his cabinet together in the same room and he tells the attorney general to investigate everybody because he says, clearly, I'm not corrupt, but it would be a shame if one of you mofos destroyed my legacy by being corrupt. So therefore, Attorney General, I want you to investigate every single person here, a part of our party. Whoa, that's deep. That's something you don't see any president ever say. And that's why I have tremendous respect to the people in El Salvador and their fearless leader, Nayib Bukele, who said F you to the IMF. He was unwilling to sell out their country and sell out his people. That's a rarity. That's like a 1 in a 6 billion type of trait. You know what I mean? That's why I have tremendous respect for El Salvador. But back to my point, Bitcoin is the life raft. It's the hedge against these corrupt mofos. It's the hedge against inflation. It's a hedge against deflation. It's the perfect insurance policy. It's a flight to safety. It's a flight to quality. It's immutable. It's the only money you can trust, right? It's perfect money. It's pristine collateral and everything in between. Yeah, it's unconfiscatable. That alone, to me, makes it priceless because I understand corruption. I understand the more wealthy you become, the more influential you become, the more likely to lock you up and put you in jail like we just witnessed with Roger Ver, who denounced his citizenship 10 years ago. What did we just see happen to CZ? Is it possible to be rich in crypto and not get arrested? I'm starting to wonder. Makes you really wonder, right? Who's the real public enemy of the United States government? In my opinion, it's clear. It's the only asset that separates the money from the state, separating state from the money. It's Bitcoin, right? And Bitcoin proponents and people who understand the corruption of the government, right? They want to make an example out of you. That's what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing in crypto right now. They're going after anyone and everyone. It don't matter if it's unlawful. It don't matter if they're overreaching. It don't matter if they don't provide clarity. They're coming after you. Why? Because they recognize Bitcoin is the #1 enemy of thy state. The only reason we got the ETF approved, it forced the hands of the SEC with the lawsuit versus Grayscale. Why did you approve, SEC? Why did you approve all of the futures ETFs and continuously been denying spot ETFs for 1 decade? Why? Because we're corrupt mofos. And so they can no longer play that card. They were forced into approving the ETFs. And now they're creating rules where you can't use the ETF as the Bitcoin and the ETF, you can't even use as collateral anymore as an investor. All I can say is trust nobody, verify everything, and be smart and be safe. Learn the lessons that are in front of us from all these other individuals going through the ringer and going through hell. You know what I mean? And lesson learned. Lesson learned. But where do you feel Bitcoin is likely to go? Can you see Bitcoin soaring to a 50 trillion market cap alone by itself? Because probably by the time the Bitcoin market cap is 50 trillion, I think crypto market cap will be like 80 trillion, 75 trillion. Because I think the market dominance of Bitcoin will probably be between 60 to 70%. I'm just guessing. I'm just speculating out loud. I don't have a magic 8 ball I can just look at and forecast the future. But one thing is for sure, the US dollar purchasing power is guaranteed to decrease as it has been since the inception of Bitcoin, since the inception of fiat currency. Shout out Eldorena, greatly appreciate the super and the Bitcoin orange, especially love and respect. The other thing I can guarantee you, the purchasing power of Bitcoin is mathematically guaranteed to increase your purchasing power. So save in Bitcoin, remove your money out of the banks, go to JP Morgan Chase, tell their CEO, F you. I want all my money. Take it out. Only keep it in the bank what you can afford to lose. If you can borrow money against the corrupt mofos, which are our oppressors, which are the central banking cartels, which are represented by the banks like JP Morgan Chase, borrow as much money as you can from them. Launch a speculative attack. That's what Mike Saylor did, right? Borrow as much as you can at the lowest rate you can. Buy Bitcoin and take that. How do you like those apples?
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
And with that being shared, welcome to the live Q&A segment of our show. Trust in Bitcoin. Wow, gotta admire JV's amazing intellectual, social, and moral qualities. Respect Molly. Just doing what I do. USD has lost 50% of its purchasing power in the last 10 years. Bitcoin has appreciated 18,300% during the same time. That's why I can mathematically guarantee you that with certainty. Facts. Remember when encryption was introduced by the private companies, the government forced them to get a license for an arms dealer. Now they don't do that no more. And the same goes now happening with Bitcoin. Preach on, brother. Preach, preach. Come on, preach. JV, let's go to the beach. Beast mode on. Love it. Thank you. Bitcoin is going to bite the ear of gold, just like Mike Tyson did Evander Holyfield. Amen to that. JV, definitely get it. Mini Alex Jones. Haven't heard that one before. Cheers. Fed keep rates unchanged. Bullish. Is that official? Did JPal just announce it? Let me know. JV's on point. Y'all better listen to the words of wisdom. Respect dankness. Love your enthusiasm, JV. Inspiring. Thank you. The writing is on the wall and couldn't be any more clear. So I'm just pointing out the obvious. It is official. Thank you. Everything is going to zero against the biddies. Bitcoin's a pumping again. We'll probably be back in the green before the end of the day. 60 G's, baby. Can I get a 60 G's?
60 G's, baby!
It's red panty night when you sign to find me, yeah? Back at home with your wife. It's a celebration.
It's a celebration. Stacking sass at 57,800. Back at your home with your wife. It's Orange Panty Night when you join the stream with JV. I orange pilled another boomer yesterday. We were talking about the grocery store. She bought 10,000 in Bitcoin while she was in the parking lot. Just like that. Word. That's next level orange pilling. Respect, Jennifer. Everything's going to zero against the apex predator. Maybe that's why we have a little pump back to 58 G's. I assume one rate cut September or October. Just like that. We're pumping. Thank you, J-Pal. Haven't seen Nipsey. Is he okay? Yeah, he's under the blanket, yo. Nipsey. Nip nip. He didn't respond to his name, didn't respond to his nickname as soon as I whistled. Boom! Up like a bat out of hell. Shout out to the Nippinator. They miss you. They're like, they didn't even believe you were on the show today. You're just chilling. Low key. Incognito. You know how Nipsies do. Good boy. Show Nipsey some love in the chat. That was hilarious. Thank you, Nipsey. You're not always there when I call, but you're always on time. The Fed won't budge. They can't. Japan is the largest foreign holder of the U.S. Treasury bond. If they don't protect the yen, it would have significant negative global economic ramifications. We love Nipsey. Cheers, Joseph. Relaxing, cute dog. Nippinator indicator incoming. How do you buy the membership? You click on the members, or I think it's a join button next to subscribe, or the direct link is in the description, the members link. I think it's members.cryptonewsalerts.net. You can become a HODL Gang member for as little as $2.97 a month. If you can swing the MicroStrategy membership, it's $4.97 per month, and it's always appreciated. Cheers, Diamond Hands and Laser Eyes. Shout out Data Biter. Appreciate you tuned in. Love it. Nipsey. Shout out Pam Powers. HODL Gang. HODL Gang. HODL Gang. So yeah. And shout out to the Nip. Buy that mother freaking dip. Come on, Nip. Get a grip. Nipsey was like, zip. Pretty much, Mark. Pretty much. That's the members link. Thank you, K-Jam. Members link in the description. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm going to stick around a little longer, continue with the live Q&A, and then we're going to have a uncensored Q&A session exclusive on Rumble. Shout out Chris FPV. Respect. You know, when JV hits the YouTube, the women be like, I don't see those panties. It's not red panty night. Exactly, Dankus. The yen can only recover if they change the U.S. treasuries into Bitcoin, but they will not. Says Steven, the wave of your hand is a buy signal. There you go. BTFD. Buy that mother frickin' dip. Get a grip.
You know what time it is. Whew. We back, baby.
Nipsey is very photogenic. That he is.
Short squeeze, more please, yeah, it's going to pump. They drop bud, but it's still not slowing it up. I can't wait till the Fed starts showing its love. The full flag on the chart got me blowing it.
Think about it. Orange panty night, all day, every day. It's a requirement. Back at your home with your wife, if you know what I mean.
Now, we all know Bitcoin is the best asset. You agree? And there is no second best asset. And that is why we are here, right? Because we need an asset. Bitcoin is the best. There is no second best.
Do you guys agree with that? Let me know.
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura.
Cheers to that. And thank you, KJam, for dropping the links. Shout out Little Bubble. We sample a lot of his music each and every day. Also, shout out to Robbie P. He creates a lot of great Bitcoin maxi music. Here's the Oompa Loompa track from Little Bubble. This came out on around the halving day last week.
Oompa loompa doompa-dee-doo. I've got another
Halving for you. You know, what do you know about this track? Shout out to the Oompa Loompas.
Oompa loompa doompa-dee-dee. Less mining rewards, more scarcity.
More scarcity. Ella Dorena. Greatly appreciate you joining the Huddle Gang. Huddle Gang. Huddle Gang. Thank you. Hong Kong girls be like dirty. What? What do we call them? What do we call them, folks? Those who treat fiat as a store of value? We do have a name for those folks.
But like most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
Thanks for the reminder, KJam. The dip is a great buying time. As always, we want it up and down. And when we buy that dip.
People that use fiat.
Currency as a store of value. What do we call them, folks?
Currency as a store of value.
Yeah, here's your shot. What do we call them?
We call them core. We call them core. People that use.
Yes, that's right. Poor souls. Poor souls. Oompa loompa oompity doo. I have another halving for you.
What do you get when your printer goes brr? Inflate supply like the
Federal Reserve.
Value go down like a lead balloon.
Yes, value go down. Thank you, Federal Reserve.
What do you think will come
What do you think will come from that?
of that? Satoshi's having none of it. Oompa loompa doompa-dee-da.
The Gobstopper. Everyone wanted that everlasting Gobstopper. I can't wait for the 100K party. Looking forward to meeting you, and I'm going to bring my two sons with me to celebrate. Love to hear that goose dog. French philosopher Voltaire, circa 1720, all fiat will eventually return to its intrinsic value. Zero.
Block rewards making miners work hard. Every 4 years, got them into
Oompa loompa oompity doo.
Oompa loompa doompa-dee-doo.
See you on Rumble, Jennifer. Appreciate it. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, so here's what we're going to do. If you're new to the channel, each and every day, we stream on the tube right here, and we also stream on Rumble. When the YouTube stream is officially over, we continue with the uncensored version of the pod exclusively on Rumble. And I'm sure that Rumble link will be in that live chat here shortly if it's not already. Join the Rumble. We're going to have an uncensored version of the pod. You can ask me anything, any topic, and I will speak 100% transparently. Unfortunately, something I got to watch out for on the tube for obvious reasons, as they're gatekeepers of the truth on certain topics and agendas, which we're all aware of, I would hope by now. So anyways, head on over to Rumble and let's continue with the uncensored version of the pod. I'll see you guys over there, Rumble fam. I appreciate it. Let's get ready to rumble. Peace.